There are some abilities like Victor's Jumpstart where the upgrade is already providing a lot of benefit. On level 3, there is a 4 seconds cooldown reduction and it basically becomes a debuff remover, and Jumpstart is a charged ability. So I don't think removing the 4 seconds cooldown should affect Victor that much. On the other hand, some ability upgrades give two different mechanics for a single upgrade, like Lady Guy's Malice. Her level 2 upgrade basically gives her +4 shards and a damage boost. So what if we remove the cooldown reduction from level 1 and shift the +4 shards from level 2 to level 1? Malice is already at a 6 second cooldown, so again similar to Jumpstart, I don't think the 3 seconds cooldown should affect Lady Guys that much. But if I'm wrong, then please tell me about it. And right now, I'm playing Lash, and man, he is so much fun. Flog is such an interesting ability, and level 3 has two different mechanics: more damage and a fire rate debuff on hit enemies. So since the cooldown reduction of level 2 is 12 seconds, which is actually quite a lot, so since this is actually a decent amount of upgrade, what if as a compensation we reduce the cooldown flat 6 seconds in general, so it goes from 24 seconds to 18 seconds from level 0 itself, and we move that -35% debuff from level 3 to level 2. I think this is a very good way of balancing items, right? Another way to tackle this cooldown is interactive cooldowns. I think Valve is already doing it and they are doing an insanely good job. Like Shiv's Slice and Dice is a very good example. The level 3 allows the cooldown to be reduced based on the enemy's hit. So I think that is a very genius way of implementing interactive cooldowns. Similarly, Calico's Leaping Slash also has very similar condition. If her slash hits an enemy, 50% of the cooldown is refunded back. Again, it is very unique, right? So I thought, what if we introduce more of such type of cooldown mechanics? McGinnis ultimate has a flat 45 seconds cooldown reduction on her level 2, so what if we add some sort of a condition? So let's actually try to understand her ultimate first of all. She dishes out 6 rockets per second and the duration of her ultimate is 13 seconds. So at the end, there are a total of 78 rockets, so that's a lot. So what if, each rocket hit on an enemy reduces the cooldown by 4 seconds, and on enemy kills or kill assists, it will be 15 seconds cooldown reduction. So now players can actually either buy cooldown reduction items on ultimate, or they can actually buy duration extension items, which indirectly decreases her cooldown. So I think this is a genius way to implement it, right? And I know, 4 seconds per rocket hit might sound kind of OP, but previously it was 0.5 seconds. And I actually posted regarding this in the Reddit and I got a lot of feedback, and the first thing I realized is it is way too underpowered. If you think about it, when McGinnis is using her ultimate, the enemies will actually most likely they will try to avoid her. So I don't even think that 4 seconds is that good. But this is just meant to be a concept idea, so I'm just going with it. Also, there are so many abilities that cannot fit in any of the above categories, but I think Valve can replace the cooldown reduction with either a duration or a range upgrade, or they can actually reduce the general cooldown of the ability, like what I just explained regarding Flog. Valve already did this with Kelvin. Previously, the level 2 of Kelvin's ultimate was a cooldown reduction upgrade, but they actually replaced it with a duration extension upgrade. And I think that is a step in the right direction. So I actually posted about this in my YouTube community and as well as on Reddit, and I actually got a lot of feedback. So first of all, I have to thank user Papa Impy and Living Eggplant 3726 from Reddit. They actually made me realize that abilities actually encourage people to participate in either team fights or doing jungles or objectives, or engage in something that is interesting to them, like to the player, right? So absence of abilities for longer periods of time will definitely negatively impact Deadlock. So there has to be some way, of compensating for the cooldown reduction. So that's why, in the Lash's Flog concept, I actually reduced the general cooldown of the ability by 6 seconds. So Flog by default from level 0 itself will be at 18 seconds cooldown. So I felt like that was a good way of compensating. And this 6 seconds, that I reduced in Lash's, Flog is just a theoretical number. I think it takes more than just creating a number. Like I think with trial and error only we can find the right cooldown buff, right? And that can take time. Another problem that I already knew was regarding tanks or melee heroes. The nerf to cooldown reduction in general will definitely hurt those heroes, mainly because these heroes rely very much on their sustain abilities like Infernal Resilience for Abrams, Bloodletting from Shiv, Jumpstart of Victor, and so on. So now what happens is, DPS characters can out damage tanks' sustain abilities, and I think we should be compensating those abilities with some buffs in some way. And unfortunately, this will take time, to know what's the correct amount of buff and all of that. So knowing all of this, so why am I even suggesting this change? And that is mainly because Deadlock is still in early development. So the devs can actually test things out and see if things work or not. And personally, I believe that ability upgrades actually benefit greatly by changing this flat cooldown reduction format to something very unique, or something different. So yeah, again, it's just my idea. If I'm forgetting anything, or if you want to add your own ideas, then please tell me about it. I would love to know about it. And I do have to remind everyone that Magic Carpet was actually a community made item, so it is actually possible with our ideas can actually be something in Deadlock. So yeah, if you have anything that you want to talk about, then please tell me about it. But yeah man, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please consider liking and subscribing. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care of your health, sleep well, and bye bye.